What's going on, you guys? Bastion here, coming at you with my Tindangle deck profile. This is the deck that came out of Extreme Forces, just like Mech Knights, and while Mech Knights had a lot of hype going on, Granite Golem being limited on a new balance has really put a limit to that, so we'll put that aside for now. Tindangles, though, is a deck that surprised me a lot. I played the deck during the Sneak Peek tournament, and the deck surprised me quite a bit. I think it has a lot of potential for a very budget deck. I mean, everything is common in here, and the cards that are secret rare are pretty inexpensive. I do play Red Yeki, but you can just take that out for a Dark Hole or anything else. It's really not that big a deal. But yeah, I mean, this I think is a really good deck. Not a meta contender, but I think it has a lot of potential to keep going. Maybe with some more support that flip the monsters face down or something like that. But I think it's pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it. I play 3 Tindangle Protector. Basically, what this guy does is if you have him face down, they're all flip. This is a flip effect face deck. This is a flip effect deck, and that's why it's gonna be a little bit slower than most decks. Basically, though, if this is face down when it's flip face up, you flip up to 3 face down monsters to face up position, and then and if they're all Tindangle monsters, you get to search up to that number of monsters that would Tindangle monsters from your deck to your hand. So you get to search Tindangle cards. So you get to search. There's a trap in here in this deck that's pretty good. Any of the Tindangle monsters. So I think this is gonna be a really good searcher for you. And yeah, that's why you gotta play at 3. You want to play Tindangle Angel. This is arguably the second best card, probably the best card in the entire deck. Basically, when it's flipped, you can special summon one flip monster, not Tindangle, but it can be any flip monster from your hand or a graveyard in face down defense position, so you can get that face down flip effect. Also, if this is flip face up during my opponent's battle phase, it ends the battle phase, so you can stall for a turn and get another special summon, so that's really good. You want to play triple Tindangle base Gardener. The deck kind of revolves around this. Having this card either in your hand, on the field, or in the graveyard, no matter what, you just need to have this out. Not the whole deck revolves around it, but like the Link monster and the Trap, which are very good cards, revolve around having this out. So you definitely want to maximize on it. The effect is pretty cool, but doesn't really come up too often. Basically, if a monster is summoned to a zone that an opponent's Link monster points to, something like that, you get to tribute this and special summon a Tindangle from the deck, from your hand or deck in attack position or face on defense position, which is okay, but you don't really use it for that effect. You just kind of need it for everything else. You want to play triple Tindangle Intruder. This is a really great card because if it's in the graveyard and you special summon a monster face down, this one will also special summon face down. And when it's flip summon, you can add, not flip summon, when it's flipped, you can add a Tindangle card from your deck to your hand, which is really good. This is a crazy good searcher. You want to play it at 3. It is a level 6, so you're going to have to tribute summon off of it or summon it off of something like the Tindangle Angels effect. But I think it's a really good card and you really want to max out on it. The last Tindangle monster we play is 1 Tindangle Hound. This is a level 7, I believe. Yeah, and it's just, the effect isn't all that great. Basically, you get to target a face-up monster in the field. This card gains attack equal to that target's original attack. Then I get to change that face on defense position. So this is a card that you really want to get if your opponent attacks into your face down Tindangle Angel, because then their battle phase will end and this is just on the field face down. Then on your turn you flip it face up and it gains the attack, so it's like a beater. But that doesn't come up too often to where I want to play more, and it's a really high level, so you need 2 tributes for this otherwise. And it's just, you kind of need it at 1. At 1 is more than enough. I might consider cutting it, but at 1 is good enough right now. Then you want to play your 1 tour guide. It's basically just to get more Tindangles out onto the board and into your graveyard, and you play some decent rank 3s, so help you out in the long run. And that's it for the Tindangle, the tour guides. Now you want to play double Prediction Princess Terra Trey. She is an incredible card for this deck. Basically, during ally player's turn, you can target face down monster in the field and change it to face up. Or during ally player's turn, you can target one face up monster and change it to face down defense. That's really amazing. And what's even better is that during the end phase, I think it's during either player's turn. Let me check. During my end phase, I get to special summon a flip effect monster in face down defense position, which is really amazing because basically when you go into her using the ritual, using Tindangles from your hand during your end phase, she's gonna be on board. You're gonna activate her effect to special summon. So you get this off turn 1. You get to have her and one of the Tindangles flip effect monsters. So that's really good. Just 2 is fine. I might consider bumping her up to 3 because she's really essential to the deck, but we'll see. You want to play triple Allure of Darkness. I realized that I traded my allures not that long ago, so I was looking for them. I realized I couldn't find them, and I realized why, because I traded them. But yeah, so I just had these processing for now, but definitely triple allure for the draw power. Everything in here is dark except for the Prediction Princess. So then you want to play triple Naggle's Protection. This is a really good Tindangle card. It's not searchable for a reason. Basically, it's a continuous spell, and all Tindangle monsters in your main monster zones can be destroyed by battle or opponent's card effects. So this is just a huge wall. It's such an amazing card. Also, once per turn, if a Tindangle monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, the damage is doubled. So that's really crazy. Doesn't come too often, but the stopping effect of making a wall, it's really good. Also, I can banish this card from the graveyard and discard a 1 Tindangle card to add one of its help from the deck to the hand. So you're always going to have that protection once you get it out. So I'm pretty sure that's why it wasn't searchable initially. That card is just really good. You gotta play at 3. Next, you want to play triple Book of Eclipse. Basically, flip everything face down. It stalls, it buys you time. Yeah, it gives your opponent some resources, but if you activate this correctly at the right time, it can be super clutch for you. And the flip effects in this deck are actually really good. So it's definitely worth it if you put it face down. You get so much advantage. You want to play double Prediction Ritual for your Prediction Princess. 2 pre-prep, so you can search it. 1 Book of Moon, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Raigeki, that can be a deck hole if you want it to be to make it even more budget, and 1 Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial is in here for the sole purpose of the Shield Gardna card, or the Hound. Shield Gardna is just a card that you need to get out to do anything. The Link monster really relies on having that card in the graveyard, and the Foolish Burial just helps you get it out there. Or if you want to do the Tindangle Angel and try and Tindangle Hound play, you can also do that. Monster Reborn, it just came off the ban list. I mean, this is gonna be a staple until it gets banned again, pretty much. Book of Moon, you can flip your monsters face down, and Raigeki, of course. No real explanation needed there. You want to play double Tindangle Deluane, I don't know how to pronounce it, doesn't matter. Basically, when you take battle damage from an opponent's attacking monster, and you have 3 Tindangle monsters with different names in the graveyard, I can destroy the attacking monster, and if I do, I can special summon 1 Tindangle Acute Cerberus from my extra deck, which is the Link monster for the archetype. And yeah, that's basically it. I can banish this card from the graveyard and target 3 Tindangle monsters with different names in my graveyard, special summon and face down defense. This card is so nuts. I've considered about putting it at 3 and potentially even running Foolish Burial Goods. We'll have to see. It's just there's too much going on in this deck right now, so I think just playing at 2 is fine. But and it's searchable because of the Tindangle card. But this card's too good. I mean, you can link summon like from the graveyard. That's pretty impressive, right? If you ask me, this card's really nuts. 2 World Legacy Pawns. This just lets you target face down monsters I control and change them to face up, attack, or defense position. The rest is just crawler stuff, which is kind of irrelevant, but getting your flip effects is really important, especially turn 1. If you have a Tindangle Angel, you set it. Oh, I forgot to explain. Tindangle base Gardener special summons itself if you have a face down monster. So I can't do a turn 1 because it's trapped. But basically, if you have Tindangle Angel in your hand and you already have this on board, you set it, and you have a Shield Gardener in your hand, you special summon Shield Gardener, and then you activate the effect of this to flip summon your Tindangle Angel, and Tindangle Angel will special summon something else and face down, and then you can just continue going on from there. It's just more plays unless you go for unless you activate your effects. And you want to end it off with, of course, the Solemn package. I don't know if I want to play Judgment yet because it's too early in the format to see if pendulums are gonna be a thing or not. Yeah, they took a huge hit, but you know how these decks evolve. And Solemn Judgment doesn't negate the special summon of monsters. It says monster with no S, so I'm not sure if it can stop a pendulum summon. I don't think it can. So and Warning can. So you know, pretty sure it can. Anyway, that was my reasoning behind this. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the main deck. Let's go to the extra deck. Extra deck's pretty fun actually. This is such a fun deck. I really enjoy it. We want to play triple Tindangle Acute Cerberus. This card is incredibly good. For the archetype, it's so good. They really did a good job with this card. Basically, it needs 3 Tindangle monsters to be link summoned. It gains 3,000 attack. It has 0 attack initially. It gains 3,000 if I have 3 or more Tindangle monsters with different names in the graveyard, including a Tindangle base Gardener. That's why this is important, because you need the base Gardener in the grave for this to gain any attack. And it gains 500 attack for each Tindangle monster it points to at the end of the battle phase. If this card declares an attack, I can special summon a Tindangle token, level 1 dark, 0 attack, 0 defense. That's basically just to boost it up. You can also use the token to link summon, but it's not. You don't really use it for that. I'll play 2 Underlocktaker. This card is surprisingly good, also out of Extreme Forces. Basically, it takes 2 effect monsters. Once per turn, I can target 1 face-up monster that this card points to, and 1 face-up monster my opponent controls. The opponent's target loses attack equal to the attack of the target monster this card points to until the end of this turn. So that's really good if your opponent has like a really beefy monster and you need to get over it. Like, that's really good. I really like Underlocktaker for that effect. And you want to play 1 Master King Archfiend because, you know, it has 2k and okay, once per chain, if a fiend type monster is sent to the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can roll a 6-sided die and apply 1 of these effects based on the result. 1, add it to your hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, shuffle into the deck, or 6, special summon. So I think that's a really good gamble. I mean, basically, you don't lose research, you can shuffle stuff back into your deck, and if you already have Tindangle Acute Cerberus, or if you can't get it, then I mean that's pretty good. 1 Subterra Fiendus, because I don't have a second of this, or else I would play 2 of these. That's pretty good. You want to play triple, I mean not triple, oh my god. 3 rank 3s, number 30, number 47, and Breaksword. It actually won me a game when I was playing Trickstars last weekend. It was pretty good. I used 2 Likers to pop my opponent's the Trap Pendulum Graph card, and they couldn't pop my stuff, so it saved me a few turns, and I was able to pull off the win from there. So yeah, definitely gotta keep that card. Then for the rank 4s, you want to play Baguska, Tornado Dragon, and the Utopia package. That's basically it. That's all you need. There's not much else link summoning you can do, but this is just really good staple cards that you're gonna have to put in the deck regardless. Again, I would play 2 Master King Archfiend instead of the 1-1. I just only have 1 of each, so you know, why not? Underlocktaker is really undervalued. I think it's a ridiculously good common for what it is. And this card is just amazing. I really love it. It's a huge beat stick, and it can get even bigger with the tokens. It's just so good. So that's it for the deck profile, guys. I just think this deck is so much fun. I really do enjoy playing it. It's not the most consistent. It's not the best deck, of course. Like, there's a reason why it's mainly just commons. But I think this is a really fun deck if you want to take the locals and just like have some fun, mess around with some Prediction Princess. You want to add some Prediction Princess text to it. That'd be pretty cool. I think the Prediction Princess, the coin window, she's holding a coin. I forgot what she was called, but she's pretty good. If you want to add her, that would work. And yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed. Really hope you did, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.